So Michigan favored by 13.5 going to College Park. Kickoff is at 4 p.m. Eastern on the Big Ten Network. And having gone to another one of these back in 2017, I can tell you that when Maryland isn't doing so hot and when Michigan is, pretty much like a home game. The reason is because at College Park, Maryland, it's in what we call the DMV area. So what does that mean? It means DC, Maryland, Virginia. Telling that, I know you know it. I'm telling the audience. DC, Maryland, Virginia. So you've got Michigan alum working in Washington, D.C., working in Baltimore, working in major areas, major metropolitan areas, and they go in to College Park to support the Maize and Blue. Also, the alumni associations take massive groups of people. The DC Alumni Association, for example, takes massive groups of people to the Maryland Stadium to watch the game. So it's about a 80-20 split, and that's probably being nice to Maryland. Like it's almost like it's a Michigan home game, essentially. Yeah. So with that said, obviously we're up against another freshman, right? Malik Washington.
That's right.
Who has recorded, this is very interesting, he's had 200 or more passing yards in 9 games this season. So he's tied with Jaden Mayava, Ethan Kalikmanis, and Indiana's Fernando Mendoza, who's up for a Heisman potentially. So Malik Washington, great player. Obviously, true freshman. So it's true freshman against true freshman.
Yes.
And you're gonna have to contain somebody like that. But it's not just Malik, right? They do have weapons, they have runners, but Washington is definitely a problem. Their pass protection is also good. They've allowed just 4 sacks this entire season. So they're trailing only 2005 Minnesota for the fewest allowed through 10 games of the season. Any Big Ten team in 30 years. So it's a like, this team is no slouch, TJ. This is I would call it another sleeper team, like a Purdue, like these teams. Their record may not be the greatest, but these are teams that Michigan cannot just sleepwalk through. We saw the struggles to beat a Northwestern team that has 5 wins, right? And in a last-second heroic. So what do you see about the Maryland offense that we're going to need to kind of account for, when we're going here?
Yeah. So, I mean, look, Maryland's offense, for those, it's ranked 101, John. Its passing game is 64th in the nation, rushing attacks 115th. Its scoring offense is ranked 99th in the nation. John, this is a team that Michigan should be able to contain, should be able to limit, should be able to dominate. The players, I mean, you really hit on the player to worry about. That's Malik Washington, right? That's the player that all eyes will be on. And I'm sure Michigan will have a plan for Malik Washington, just like they had a plan. Who was the quarterback they kept in check? The Washington quarterback. His name's
Damon Williams.
Damon Williams. They did a really good job against Damon Williams, who was playing very well. I think a similar approach will be taken for him, for Malik Washington, because Malik Washington can get you with his legs. The running game isn't very effective. Their leading rusher is averaging 3.77 yards a carry, John. The receiving game, it's okay. I mean, they got 2 receivers eclipsing 400 yards, but nothing that is concerning. Let's just call it what it is. So, and if we look at Michigan's, and just let me hit here, John. If we look at Michigan's defense against the offense, look, our pass defense is 47th in the nation. Our rush defense is 12th in the nation. Our scoring defense is 12th in the nation. We should win this battle. Check to Michigan.
Yeah, we should.
We should.
What we've seen, though, is that offenses that were not ranked very high tended to move the ball against us, especially late in games. And we saw what happened with Northwestern, where it was 21-9, and I hosted a members only watch party. So definitely give a shout out in the chat if you were able to make our members only watch party. And let us know if you liked that, because I may do another one for Ohio State. We'll see. But at the members only watch party, when we were up 21-9, I was like, well, this is pretty much sewn up. This is pretty much ball game. But what happens? Wink's defense allows teams to hang around, and we start playing sloppy. With the turnovers and just creating mistakes. Like one of my biggest frustrations with this team is Michigan can't ice the game against cupcakes, against teams that we should curb stomp, because once it gets to a certain point, Wink starts to bring in the freshmen, rotate too much, start playing softer coverage, and then the offense just has their way. And it keeps it to a 1-possession game when it should be a 3-possession game or a 4-possession game. Yeah. So that's my concern.
It's fair. I mean, it's I can't argue against it. It's a fair concern. We've seen it. But I will say the defense has gotten better throughout the year in terms of it looks like it's playing a cleaner game of football. But look, I'm not going to deny that Michigan has its moments. And Malik Washington's dangerous enough to where you better be on your game. He's a dynamic enough player to take over a game. He just is. And if we look at, John, if you're okay with me moving on to Maryland's defense versus our offense.
Sure, let's do it.
Maryland's defense is ranked 89th in total yards, 70th in passing, and that's 200 yards a game. Their total yard mark is 390 a game. Their rushing is 105th. Again, we should dominate here. They're currently averaging 23 points a game, 59th in nation. But if we look at Michigan's offense, Michigan's currently scoring at 27 points a clip. All right, that's good for 67th in nation. And now it's rushing attack. This is obviously skewed. We don't have our 2 top runners, 12th in nation, but that means nothing today. But our passing game, 103rd, that's where it's going to have to get better. The truth is, John, it appears to me this game is going to come down to 2 things offensively for Michigan. What kind of Bryce are we going to get? Mind you, this is on the road. Now, we saw him play fairly well in the Northwestern game towards the end. He started to not play as well. We're on the road. And then how are these running backs going to carry the load? Cool's dog. I expect a heavy dose of Jasper Parker. I actually think it's possible Jasper Parker breaks out. I think Jasper Parker could break out this game. I think Jasper Parker could have a moment that, it's his welcoming, it's his hello to the Michigan fan base. That's going to be interesting. But that's where we are. It's how good the game's going to come down to. I think Michigan's defense is going to keep Washington's offense in check. The game is going to come down to how does Bryce Underwood and these running backs handle Maryland's defense? And that's going to determine how this will go.
Yeah, the 2 players that I'm a little concerned about are Sidney Stewart and Zahir Mathis. Both of them are in the top 10 in Big Ten in sacks. So Sidney Stewart has 6 sacks and Mathis has 5.5. And Stewart and Mathis had an injury. So he had an injury, he missed time, and he's still 5.5.
Mathis is a freshman.
Mm-hmm. They both are. Sidney is too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So again, this young talent coming in.
That's fucking nuts, dude. To be performing like that as freshmen is fucking nuts. I didn't know Stewart was. Why didn't I know that? He is a freshman. You're right. What was he ranked? Blowing my mind. I'm gonna look him up. Okay, keep going, John.
Yeah, and Maryland has the most defensive touchdowns in the Big Ten with 4. So it's definitely something we've got to watch out for, because their defense isn't like Maryland defenses of old.
Dude, oh my God! No wonder I didn't know who this was. Holy shit! Look at this. No wonder I had no idea who the fuck this was, dude. Hold on.
I remember Mathis because we talked about him.
Yeah, hold on. Let me. I'm gonna pull it up right here. Sorry about this. All right, right now. Let me share the screen. Dude, this is fucking nuts. Could you imagine if we had a player? Oh, my bad. Pull it up. There you go. Yeah. Bro, he was ranked 1,507.
It's crazy.
And he has 6 sacks on the year. 6'2".
That's development.
I never even heard of this kid. That's why I was like, what? I didn't even know. This is nuts. This is like hitting gold, bro. This is like rare of rare. This is to have a kid even perform at this level, ranked in the thousands or later, 700s or later, let alone as a freshman. And then you can't even argue, well, Maryland's not good, so he's getting playing time. Bro, he's going against Big Ten offensive linemen, and he has 6 sacks. What's his game log look like? This is blowing my mind out. So here, let's go here. We'll go here instead. This is him. What's his game log? Where's he getting these sacks? Well, he had 4 against FAU. That's a bit of a cheat code. 3 against, oh no, I'm sorry. Those aren't sacks. 1 against FAU. I mean, he's getting like a sack a game almost, bro.
Watch this space, folks.
It's solid. I mean, look, some of these are against weaker competition, but still, I mean, it's interesting. That's fucking interesting.
Watch. I want you guys to circle in your head the name Chad. Let's see, Chad Wilt. But but the people, whoever this DL coach is absolutely incredible. So like, I think that's somebody we need to whoever their DL coach is. I'm looking it up now. I thought it was Chad Wilt. Let's see, list of football, because I really want to I want to watch this guy. Okay, Corey Luget. Corey Luget is the defensive line coach, according to the website here, for the Maryland Terrapins. He's got his second season this year, 2025, and his first as the official D-line coach. So look out for this guy, Corey Luget, because I think he's going to be a name that you're going to be seeing as potential D coordinator and head coach material in the future. Because that's ridiculous. To have a guy ranked 1,000 and another guy, both true freshmen, 11 and a half combined sacks, is insane.
And Zaire Mathis was ranked in the 120s. It wasn't like he was a 5-star. Like, this isn't like Carter Meadows, or like, it's a kid ranked in the hundreds. I mean, these kids typically take 2 years to develop, at least 1 to 2 years. I mean, yeah, it's impressive. I mean, I think it's, I'm looking now into Zaire Mathis's game log. Where's he getting these sacks? I mean, shit, he's got one against Illinois, one against Nebraska, one against Washington.
Pretty good teams. I
mean, he's producing at the end. I mean, look, as freshmen, we would love to see this type of outside of Derek Moore, who's producing for us, with sacks. You know what I mean? Like, Nate Marshall was ranked higher than both these guys. He's not performing like this. I like Nate Marshall, by the way. It's not a shot at Nate Marshall.
It's just like literally Derek Moore has the vast, like, no one else has more than 3. Like, the closest would be Barham with 3. Everyone else has 2 or fewer. And then you got Derek Moore with 8.5.
Where's Barham been? MIA. We don't even hear about him anymore.
So with that said, let's just in terms of keys to the game and predictions, what does Michigan need to do at College Park to seal this victory and go 9-2 heading into the Ohio State game?
The number one thing Michigan needs to do is contain Malik Washington. Do not allow him to get outside of the pocket. Keep him contained. He can run and he can get you. Make him uncomfortable. So contain and make him uncomfortable. The second, Nick's hilarious. The second thing Michigan needs to do is establish the run game. This has to be established to allow Bryce Underwood to play his game. And if you establish the run game, it should make it easier for Bryce Underwood to attack this defense. The third thing I would argue that Michigan needs to do is win the time of possession, which you can do by establishing. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna change it. Win the turnover margin. Obviously, was a problem last game. I want to see improvement. I want to see improvement. Win the turnover margin, contain Malik Washington, establish the run game. Michigan will win. My score prediction, John, is going to be 31-17.
Yeah. And I give one to the other team too. So Maryland's going to have to utilize their home field advantage in every way. They need their student section to actually show up. Last time I went, most of the student section was I guess overslept and was just elsewhere. They need their people to show up to make noise. In addition to that, I think that they're going to need to win the trenches to win. I just think Michigan has more paths to winning this game. I think they have more talent across the board. And aside from some of this true freshman talent that Maryland does have, and I think Michigan is suited and built to beat a team like this by like 10 points. And because of that, I'm going to say 27-17 Michigan.